And then let's talk about the Black Widow trailer. Let's discuss that whole thing. So, how do we want to start this off? Where do we start off with this trailer? I thought the
I really
cinematography.
enjoyed.
Yeah. To me, the cinematography of it looks great. It just reminds me of Winter Soldier, which honestly is what I wanted. Like that's
Like,
the movie they should be making, something like that, and that's what it looks like. So,
I absolutely just loved every aspect of it because just like I was going into it being like, I don't feel like I need this film. But seeing the trailer, it's like, oh my gosh, like I want this film. And like I was saying before, I primarily want it because I want to see where they can go with these new characters that they're bringing in because they look awesome. Like,
well,
I, the humor and everything, but also action that just this teaser trailer is giving us looks phenomenal.
yeah, this was a more fulfilling teaser trailer than any other I think MCU teaser I've ever seen. Like I feel like I understood the direction fully and I kind of get more story than they ever revealed and I get a sense of each character's personality. Like it felt really well done and the action was top notch. Now, the only thing I know people will tell me he's going to have multiple suits. I know he will. I absolutely despise what Taskmaster looks like in that one scene we get of him.
I really like it.
I think it's the
I
goggles
really
for
like
me.
it.
They just look like ski goggles. I just don't
I
like
mean,
them.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
That's
but
the only
but like,
part of it.
there's the photo shots people be like, oh, what we wanted in it's like the traditional Taskmaster face. It's like that looks like crap in live action.
No,
I'm sorry.
that
The
wouldn't
the
work
the
either.
mask he has would not work. You'd literally be crapping on it. So
I will say if they used like let's say gotta use the Spider-Man PS4 version, guys, that would
no.
look so stupid. I'm sorry, but that's a reason you change stuff. Like, remember when they were showing off original Iron Man concept art, and there's quite a few of it out there, and like test footage that's been included on like the original Blu-ray and stuff. If you look at some of the suits that match up to like 2005, 2006 Iron Man from the comics, it looks like garbage because it
Yep.
doesn't translate. You have to take creative liberties. I like the rest of his suit. I think that looks fine. It's just the goggles and how little of a skull there is. Now, I get it. China, this movie, they want it to be big there. Skull imagery is a big So they have to make some consensus there, and I get that, but it felt like they should have, I don't know, done something a little more. Like toss the hood on him fully, don't make it fall off. They did it with Ghost. Like I don't know what you do, but it just felt a little lacking to me. It just,
I mean, the hood's got to come on and off. It's kind of the
yeah,
point of the hood. No?
I think there's a reason why they didn't focus on him as much in the trailer. They wanted you to get to the other characters first, like Red Guardian, the new Black Widow. I'm gonna keep calling her Evelyn because that's how I know this actress. She's gonna go raiding some tombs and relive past mummy lives, but like that's who they're trying to focus on. I'm
Well,
trying
here's
to,
the thing: we don't know who's playing Taskmaster, so they're obviously trying to
exactly.
hide him.
Yup.
yeah.
There's obviously something going on with that, and you know,
He uses bow and arrow. It's Hawkeye. I've seen that
I don't
theory.
get that. It's like every bow person Hawkeye now.
Yes,
Like,
yes, Mitch.
Maybe they
that's
were
what
in
it is.
Budapest, and that's how
That's Hawkeye.
I mean, yeah,
that's Hawkeye, and that's why they both remember Budapest very differently
Yeah.
because she scrambled his memory, and he doesn't actually remember
Cognitive
Budapest.
is this
reconfiguration.
C-3PO and R2-D2 in the prequels now?
Basically.
Something is mine.
They need a new franchise to shove those two into. Disney's like they're not making money over here. Shove them into Marvel.
Oh.
No, like I believe that by the time I see this film, I have no doubt I will end up loving Taskmaster. Like he's like Deathstroke is based on Taskmaster. Like that's what they looked
See,
at. They were like,
that's an interesting point. They came out months apart. Are they actually based on one another?
well, look. I mean, you know what else was a few apart? And then if you mention that Thanos came out right alongside Darkseid, everybody yells at you saying no, they ripped him off completely. So
Wasn't Thanos a couple of years after Darkseid though?
I can't remember. It was a little bit of time, and it was the same
Same
creators.
because
if that makes
Taskmaster and
sense.
Deathstroke came out. I think it was like 3 or 4 months apart.
Yeah, it
so
was a
it's
little
kind of
apart.
it's like
They did
maybe
they did apply some of the same principles, like the regeneration style and the clearly good at combat, mimicking rifles and all that. Like, there's a lot of similarities to be made, and I think they're gonna get Taskmaster down to his core. It's gonna be great, but I think people will end up kind of pissed off on it because whoever's under that mask,
there's always something.
Oh yeah. Whoever's under that mask, I feel like they will be like, oh damn.
Well, like, this is what's bothering me right now is how much people are hating on this trailer because they're like, Marvel just fat shames. I sat there and I when I was sitting there talking with my Taekwondo friends, they are all married. It's 3 or 4 guys. They're all married. All of them in different amounts of time that they have been married, to like 10 years to like a year or 2. They sat there and they're like, they have captured a relationship right there, in that, like, he's sitting there, he's like, it fits, and Evelyn just goes, no, you just got fat. And you sit there, and we joked because Armin and I, we will sit there and do little stabs at each other. All of them are all married, and they do the same thing. What it is they're understanding how long-term relationships and how everybody just because you poked fun at them does not mean that you don't love them. It's like, that's what I'm getting out of it. Just like how when it came to Thor, everybody's like, oh, they're fat shaming. It's like, no, it shows you the evolution of like someone's
Thor
depression.
Was a perfect way to show off, yes, he felt depressed, but guess what? Thor doesn't need to be a jacked, roidy dude to be a hero. Like,
no.
That's what they're showing you with Guardian as well. And it's like, I love the Red Guardian armor. I love what they're doing with them. Like, he was probably the highlight of the trailer to me. Like, David Harbour is he looks like such a good dude to just be around with and have fun. And it looks like he probably looked like he was smiling every single shot. They're like, stop smiling, damn it. You're too happy right now.
Look at him.
We know you just did Hellboy, but stop it.
And the thing is even when you watch him in Hellboy, he looked like he was having fun with it there too.
Well, he banked his few million, so hey, he lost nothing.
So it's like, this cast all together, honestly, to me, makes me feel like this can be a family.
Yeah.
And almost slightly like fighting with my family and everything, and also like a little Stranger Things, like all of these movies and shows that we have seen these actors in that are family based. I feel like that's what we're getting ready to see. I'm almost like ready to see Scarlett Johansson like in Dawn John, and we're gonna see a real different side of her when it comes to the Marvel MCU.
I mean, just kind of like this trailer, I think I could be wrong. I've only seen it like 10 times, so whatever. But
only.
To me, it looked like they're using some locations that straight up are used in a lot of other movies, like same sets from like Atomic Blonde and such. And I'm like, you know what? That's good, because a lot of these places in like Prague and overseas lend themselves to these good action sequences as well. And you can tell that the action in this movie, like when she's free falling, for example, and there's like snipers shooting at her, I'm like, well, I never thought I'd see that in a Black Widow movie.
She has no parachute there either, so she's gonna fall to her death again.
If you actually sit there and you watch, she is, when she gets close to something, she's pushing herself away from these things.
Well,
it's like,
there's that one idiotic website that's like, look, she's free falling and then she lands. How is she doing this? She doesn't have superpowers.
In a completely different suit.
You idiot, she has different suits and different... Jesus Christ. Like,
speaking of the suit, she looks fantastic in this. She's never looked better in a
every single suit she wears in this is absolutely stunning.
I like that white one. I'm like, I'm somebody who's not ever wanted to really cosplay Black Widow.
That white suit is
she's
perfection.
Not totally my thing, but that white suit, ooh, girl,
it's because we haven't seen that before. Like, that suit looks so different.
She's had it in the comics before.
Well, I mean, in the films.
Oh, in the films, sure.
Yeah. But
yeah. I have a feeling like the reason why she gets her blonde hair is because of her sister. Because if you sit there and you think of the timeline, right?
Well, there's also the jacket in there, right?
I was going to say, I actually said on Twitter that it's not the jacket. I take it back, it's the jacket. But it looks very much like she's pretending to be Yelena. Yeah. For whatever reason, people are saying like maybe Yelena dies in this. It's like, no, she's
dog.
Florence Pugh
is the
is
future.
To stay. She's here to stay. Don't worry about that. But yeah, it looks very much like she is taking up that identity for Infinity War and whatever.
If they kill off Yelena, I'm gonna do exactly what all the Star Wars haters do. I will only watch this movie 3 times. Okay,
buy all the merchandise
all
and then
the
say
merchandise.
just tanking.
Yes, all the merchandise. Take pictures of it missing on shelves while I buy it all, and let them know that I will only own the 4K and digital copies. Okay. Oh, and the Steelbook, and the Phase box set.
And
okay, that's it.
And rejoin Twitter so you can get the Florence Pugh cut. No.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So okay. So I'll do all that, and I'll let them know how much I hate it. That's smart tactic there, guys. So yeah. Anything else on the Black Widow trailer that really jumped out to you guys?
Besides the fact that I'm really hyped.
Yep.
The only thing I didn't like is the lack of a giant talking bear. I want Ursa Major. Where is he, Marvel? You're doing Red Guardian. You're clearly telling me that the Winter Guard was a thing. Where is my talking bear?
Well, I won't be surprised if they mention that in the film. Like, I really will not be surprised.
Like, give us Chernobog. Give us, I can't remember their version of Thor, but Slavic gods are kind of the same as Norse.
Yeah.
No, give us all those people. Just keep. No, I want my talking bear.
I can't wait to see like what it is that they're having to reunite and they have to go back to the past, because it's obviously something that isn't needed to be told to the Avengers, but is something that she needs to do. So it's like there's a lot that this actually gets me more excited about, because I still have no idea. Okay, well, what is this trailer? Like, what is this movie besides the fact that...
Could it be about a Thunderbolt setup? Because we have a very young General Ross.
Yep.
Now, he looks younger than he did in Incredible Hulk, from memory.
Oh, you gotta love that CG.
No, he looks...
their money's worth on that one.
He looks real good. Like, it's kind of shocking how young they made him look, and it's got to be Thunderbolt setup. I mean...
Because we see a lot of, like, I assume Black Widow trainees in this, in the Red Room. And obviously we're going to get a lot more into that, so maybe the Red Room has something to do with the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Or maybe like the Winter Guard was the Thunderbolts and they're just going to mix and match the two.
Maybe. Now, Mitch, how long do you think before New Mutants is canceled and we hear that happened because Marvel plans to use another talking bear and they don't want the competition killing the Black Widow movie?
Does Demon Bear talk?
Doesn't he?
I
thought he did.
I mean, I can't remember.
It's been forever since I read New Mutants, so...
I mean...
It doesn't matter, but one of those trashy websites will run that regardless. So.
Oh, you just gave them the idea, so yeah.
Well, they're stupid enough. They probably already have it written, just ready to publish it. But yeah, I guess that'll end it for our Black Widow trailer discussion.